Okay guys, now I'm going to show you one last shape, things to do with commercial puff pastry. Now I like making this product because it's a really great way to utilize scraps. If we're doing things with puff pastry and we have scraps, we'll build the scraps up in the freezer as we go and then roll them out and make beautiful palmiers. Now palmiers means palm leaf in French, and we're going to make these lovely crisp cinnamon sugar palm leaves. They go great on a cookie platter. They're great garnish on a plate of dessert. You can even make really large ones. Sometimes in America we call them elephant ears. You can make them with cinnamon sugar or just straight granulated sugar. Personally, I like to add a little cinnamon. Of course, I'm sure you could probably even add some other spices if you choose. So we have some puff pastry scraps left over from when we made our shapes. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll them out. You want to always stack them flat. You don't want to ball them up. You don't need flour because what we're going to do is we are going to use our cinnamon sugar. So you're going to put cinnamon sugar right down on the bench, okay? Good amount. Then you're going to take your scraps, put them in the center, and you're going to need a rolling pin. Now I'm going to put more cinnamon sugar on top. And you see we're pretty generous because as we roll, it's going to go into that dough and make really beautiful caramely cinnamony pastries. Okay, so now I'm going to roll this out. Okay. You can always add more cinnamon sugar if you need. It's going down into our pastry. I'm going to roll it fairly thin. Okay, so now you want a rectangular shape, depending on how much scraps that you're going to have. All right, you can add a little bit more sugar. I like a lot of sugar because it makes it really nice and crispy. Okay, I'm going to take my pastry wheel and I'm just going to trim just a little bit. And as you can see, it's not perfect. All right, now, make sure we have a good amount of sugar. Now, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna fold our two ends in, meeting in the middle, like so. Okay, now we're gonna add more cinnamon sugar. You can even ever so slightly roll it out a little bit, kind of press it in, okay? Now we're going to have it meet in the middle a second time. So we're going to bring it together and meet it in the middle. Okay, so we're rolling them towards each other. Again, we can just a little roll. A little more cinnamon sugar. Then we're going to bring those completely together. Okay, so as you can see, we have our little shape. Our log. Okay. Now we're going to cut these. You can use your bench scraper. This is gonna make little teeny tiny adorable ones. And you're gonna cut slices. I would say probably no more than a ½ inch, maybe a little less than a ½ inch. So slice all these evenly. And this is just with scraps. It makes a wonderful little treat. Okay, now we're going to put these on a sheet pan. Sheet pan with parchment. And we're going to lay them flat. Okay, so line them up as if we were baking off cookies or something. Couple extra. We're just going to squeeze them on there. All right, I'm gonna set this down so you guys can get a nice view, a view of it here, okay? So see how they look? All right, now we're gonna bake them and I will show you the finished product.